I wonder who the real cannibals are.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to.
Your final bros are here. Brian Hopper LaGrasse and Shane, that one guy in every movie with the very straight hair, Smith. And it is the last week of fucked up February, and man, I am so saddened by this news. It's a gut punch. It's sad. I love reviewing these fucked up movies. It's just so grand, really. It's a grand time.
Get me through this episode.
Oh, Shane. Shane has not wanted to review this movie, so I give him hats off to you for trucking through and doing it. This is Cannibal Holocaust. This is the pinnacle movie of our fucked up February for this year, 2023. Last year it was Salo, 120 Days of Sodom. This year it's Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
A very controversial film if you've never heard of it. The reason why it's so controversial is because of the depiction of certain tribes, certain practices. Let's just be honest. They fucking kill animals in the movie.
A lot of animals. And there's nothing wrong with killing animals if it's done fake.
I mean, like, people hunt and you eat.
Yes.
Oh, are you talking about for movies or the real life?
Like movies. For movies.
I was going to say there's nothing wrong with it if you're going to hunt them.
No, 100%.
People hunt animals.
Yeah,
to
100%. I meant for, like, just the purpose of filming a movie.
Yeah.
I think it's more so, like if they were going to kill a deer, but then, like, the tribe, like, there's just certain ones that the animals are just getting killed to, like, kill the animal.
The muskrat kill was rough for me.
Yeah.
And the two that were really bad were there's a muskrat that dies, and there's a turtle.
The turtle scene.
The turtle scene is just absolutely brutal and gross. Number one, it's really fucking gross to see what is in an actual turtle. But the muskrat one, wow, poor thing suffered.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah. That's why this movie is so controversial. Also, we're gonna be spitting trivia. Like, where do you even want to start? Like, this movie was made in 1980, but it was made like by an Italian director. Real edgy shit back then, and so much so that this guy had like his cast. Because the whole idea is like these guys like go and they film a movie about cannibal tribes and there's like their documentary film crew in the rainforest in the Green Inferno.
Yep.
And the whole idea is they don't come back; they die. It's not a shocker. It's the plot of the movie, and he made these people. Like, the director actually had these 4 actors sign contracts to disappear for a year. So like the Italian courts were like, yo, you murdered your people, like you killed them.
Yeah, and they had to go to court. And he had to prove that
he had to like get these people like to like you got to like I think he got to one of them and he was like, you need to communicate with the others and like come out of hiding, like you need to break the contract.
Yeah, because like he had to prove that he did to not go to jail, that they were alive.
Yeah, and when they appeared, I'm just reading this now off the trivia. When they appeared in court, they were obviously dropped at that point because they were alive.
Yeah, can't charge someone with murder if the people are still alive.
I respect it, though. I really do respect it. Also, one other thing I want to point out. Second highest grossing film in Japan in 1983.
Wild. That's actually a wild stat. What was number 1?
Japan is fucking nuts. Get ready for number 1. E.T. The E.T. Cannibal Holocaust. Let's go.
That is like polar opposites if I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
What if they just ate E.T.?
Oh, my God.
What's the third one? The E.T. porno?
What is this, Atari?
Oh, my God. I always wanted to play that game.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be referencing trivia throughout this whole episode because there's just so much here. Even May 11th, 2020, our second episode that we've ever released was The Green Inferno, inspired from this movie, to which was supposed to be the original name of this movie. It was later deemed Cannibal Holocaust just for like more like blockbuster success. I think the name sounded more egregious.
Which it does.
But they constantly, like the documentary they were making was going to be called The Green Inferno in the movie. Like, so they constantly reference Green Inferno, but the name of the movie is Cannibal Holocaust. More shocking name, I guess.
Yeah.
Green Inferno that we reviewed, directed by Eli Roth, was definitely inspired by this movie. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready to kick this off. I'm going to be referencing trivia throughout because it's such an interesting movie. Budget was only $100,000. You imagine that?
Makes sense. I mean, they had, I guess, the locations and getting people places. The camera equipment. Yeah. That's very low, though. $100,000.
Really low.
All right. You got more trivia, or are we going to jump into the spooky pit?
Do I have any more trivia?
I'm sure you got plenty, but you want to save it for when we're in the pit?
Let me think. Let me just one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. I guess for me, this is a movie that I don't know if it's like there's some parts that are gory, but I don't know if there's really cannibal tribes out there. I'm sure there's something.
I'm sure there's some.
But these tribes do have practices where they eat animal brains and they do crazy shit and have weird rituals and do this and that. And in a world where these things do exist, I do have a question for you, Shane.
Of course you do.
And that is, when you inevitably go to space, will you try the cottage moon cheese?
Yes.
Yeah?
You have to. You think I'm going to go to space and not try moon cheese? That's what the moon is known for.
Oh, well, the cottage moon cheese.
Cottage cheese isn't the best form of cheese, but I would dabble.
Okay.
Fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
You ready to do this?
Let's jump into the spooky pit. Okay.
Cannibal Holocaust, released in 1980, directed by Ruggero Deodato. You know when they say don't poke the bear?
Yes.
No, don't poke the cannibal Amazon tribes, which is what 4 filmmakers do when they venture out there, so much so that an anthropology professor has to go looking for them on a rescue mission. Stars Robert Kerman as Professor Harold Monroe, Francesca Renardi as Faye Daniels, Perry Percannon as Jack Daniels, Luca Barbareschi as Mark Tommaso, Salvador Basili as Chaco, of course, the Kuma tribe, the Shamatari tribe, and the Yamanomo tribe.
Love it. Great tribes.
Like I just gave credit to all those tribes out there.
I respect it. It's very noble of you.
And in a world where I'm giving out all credits to all these tribes, because there's just so many of them out there,
Yeah.
Shane, I have another follow-up question for you, my friend. No disease, no STD, no oddly shaped razor pimples. You'd fuck a native?
No.
No?
I'm going to say no.
Really? What if there's some good-looking natives out there?
There could be, but
No razor pimples. You heard what I said.
I heard no razor pimples. Very descriptive of you. I'm going to say no.
What about a native brothel person?
No.
No?
Now, I'm going to pass on all this.
Are
This
you-
just sounds dangerous.
I'm going to ask you a follow-up question.
Okay, I love it.
Are you racist?
No, that doesn't make you racist. I just don't want to go native.
So you won't have sex with a woman. Are you sexist, Shane?
Okay, this is very 2023 of you. I'm
I'm just channeling my inner Velma.
Jesus. Would you have sex with a dog?
Don't you hate the part with all these movies where how they depict all these cannibal killer tribes and you like go out there and they're like totally fine?
Very Velma of you. I can't wait until we watch episodes 5 and 6 later today.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, I'm not gonna fuck the native. I'm just gonna stay away from it. We're gonna open this movie up, right? We're gonna learn that this film team, they shoot documentaries. They went into the Green Inferno. They haven't come out of the Green Inferno. So now they're gonna send a professor. They're gonna send him to find where they went and what happened to them.
And he needs a guide
He does, and he gets a guide,
in the name of Chaco. And this guy's a no fuck around type of man.
and he has a buddy,
He has a buddy. Is it Miguel?
Miguel.
Miguel.
So the two of them are going to help the professor get there. By the way, we do see a shootout between natives and the soldiers. Like the soldiers.
Yeah, the
soldiers
military
are
people when they get on there.
They're shooting the natives. The natives are shooting blow darts.
Yeah, and they capture one of the natives, who they're going to use basically to get to one of the tribes. It's
Yes.
the Yakomo tribe.
Yes.
The fierce warriors. Those
Very
Yakomos.
fierce warriors. Are these the tree people?
No.
The tree people are different.
They're the Yanomamo tribe. This is the Yokomo. They're the warriors. One of them had phase lighter on her. So they're like, why does this guy have phase lighter on her? But I'm actually questioning why a Yokomo tribe member has phase lighter on her, because it's not the Yokomo tribe that kills them.
No, it's the
tree people. Correct.
Who he becomes friends with.
Yeah, he becomes friends with all of them besides the swamp ones he don't fuck with.
No, well, they seemed mean.
They just seemed... Well, the tree people and the other people are just like, they even mention it, like, you don't want to fuck with these. Like, the tree people you don't want to fuck with. The Shamataris, there's the swamp tribe, you don't want to fuck with them either. They're at war with each other.
Yeah.
Yokomos are just another warrior tribe that they're just doing their own thing, but there's like a ton of these tribes out there.
The movie, to its credit, does do a good job of making the tribe seem welcoming for the most part until they're fucked with.
That's a very different piece from like this movie and Green Inferno. Like, and I felt this was the idea of this movie is it wanted you to it wanted it to feel real.
Yeah,
the whole experience. Like, it was part found footage, part like gathering footage. I mean, I think this narrative style was really good, and that's why I like this movie. Green Inferno is like they go there and the natives are immediately
hostile,
like immediately.
Well, they should be hostile because they were doing a fake Greenpeace thing.
Well, they were just fucking annoying.
They were the worst.
Like, okay, you do whatever you got to do, but when you start like honestly taping yourselves to trees and you won't let like they're gonna bulldoze it regardless. Just because you're there the one day, when you're there the next day, that shit's getting good. That's just getting got.
Yeah.
So like, you're just being a fucking annoyance at that point.
Yeah.
And they got theirs.
I guess with both, the film crews are super annoying.
The film crew in this movie are like the biggest ginormous pieces of shit. They mentioned they're notable filmmakers, and they like later in the they do like towards the end of the movie they watch like cause they do other documentaries. They do one in I think in Asia, one in Africa, and they fabricate the shit in there.
That's what they say.
Fabricate
like,
their documentaries.
Fake, yeah. All right, so the professor, he's gonna start like. They start basically journeying through the jungle. They're looking for the film team. They go through the river, and there's like leeches all covering. I think it's Miguel's body. He gets covered in leeches.
Yeah, he laughs. Chaco's laughing. He's like, ah ha ha ha, leeches.
Which, if I had a leech on me, my day would be ruined.
I hope you survive.
I hope you survive. Don't they eventually, like, they find the skeleton of the original guide for the team, right? And
immediately the professor just starts puking. Like, he's like, oh, God, I had enough. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's like, he's over it.
Yeah, he's an anthropology professor now. He's going to... Chaco warned him. I'm like, this is kind of like what you're in for.
Yeah, and he says, he's like, this guy was experienced. I wonder where he slipped.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like how did these people, like, go wrong? 'Cause I think the other guy they said was a guide or something.
Yeah, it was just another guide.
Another guide.
So... He's like, he was a good guide, so it's like, he doesn't mess up. Like, what happened here?
They have to employ strategy. So they're being led back to the Yokomos by the one they have
captured, yeah.
But they can't just walk in there. It can't be so simple as a walk in with a prisoned...
it looks bad. It's a bad look.
Looks bad. So I think we're at the point where I can talk about how they become friendly with the tribe.
Yes, we definitely can talk about it.
So Miguel does this crazy stunt.
It's actually so scary to like that he attempts this.
Fucking terrifying. But I think he probably knows.
Has an idea this will work.
So he takes the prisoner, strips completely naked. Hard body, by the way.
A great body.
Yeah, he's ripped, shredded. And apparently, like, I guess if you're like extremely vulnerable, it's just like a way to communicate.
Yeah.
I guess. So they're just blowing darts all around him. Like 3 waves of blowing darts, which would be legitimately terrifying. Now, I don't know what is in those darts, but these guys are absolute marksmen.
Yeah.
They don't hit him, but they surround him in the front. So after he did not move, I think right at that point, they're in. They're in. So they can go into the tribe and kind of like, they can't really communicate. They try to. Miguel can sort of communicate with them a little bit. But they basically are trying to form peace, and they do. They're finally able to make peace with them. Now, I know they see like things here and there that they may pick up. Like I think that one of the Yakomo tribe people has a film reel around them.
Yes.
But then again, like this is where I'm getting confused because like how do these people have it when we know that the other tribe is the one that killed them, but neither here nor there.
Well, I think they might have raided their bodies, like if they found it in the woods.
Oh, maybe.
It doesn't mean they.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that happens actually before this that's actually pretty important is the woman in the mud.
Oh, so you see like it's just like a ritual for the Yakomos. Yeah.
I think it's just a way.
It is important, like what the natives do.
Yeah, I'm not, we don't have to hit everything, but I feel like it's a big scene because apparently while they're venturing through, right before this scene, it's pretty much, they see a woman getting dragged through the mud by a native, and he has this like stone dildo.
It just looks like a sharp fucking stick, honestly.
And he just starts ramming it in her. Apparently, it's like to punish for adultery.
Yeah, she must have slept with someone else.
Yeah. Then he makes a giant clay ball and sticks like fucking nails in it and just jams it in there.
Yeah, so just don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Yeah. And I mean, if this was like in real practice, I mean, people would probably still be married.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So like,
are you saying we need to employ this?
Yes. No. No. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, maybe for someone that raped somebody.
I agree.
Like, being raped, this is not a good time.
No.
But this is technically a weird, like, it's a weird practice. But yeah, she's dead, and he kills her. Like, he absolutely kills her for cheating.
And the professor wants to like save her, and the guide is like, just let it happen. Trust me, just let it happen. Don't interrupt their practices. Yeah,
because they use this guy to kind of like, because the Chaco after this does shoot the gun in the air.
Yes,
and he's like, the reason why they did this because now that they'll know someone else is there. But they won't, it'll like worry them. They won't know how many people are there.
Yes. And this is the thing I like about the guide. He is very respectful of the tribes.
Yeah, you have to be. But yeah, he is. He plays the game.
He does.
He plays the game.
So now back to where Brian was. They have made friends now with the tribe. They see the film reel with the tribe. This is where they go with the tribe now, right? They're part of the tribe and they're like going to hang out.
And the chiefs, they have a normal conversation. A lot of like... You tell me that chief did not do that shit?
He did. That is how they communicate.
It's literally how the guy talks. It's like what he's moving his hands to. It's just like,
yeah, that happens. Isn't this kind of where they like start murdering the muskrat too?
Yeah. So, I think it's Miguel.
Yeah,
that does it. Like he takes. Oh yeah, because they feed the guy that was their prisoner. I think.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's fucking sick. So, they do is the first animal kill of the movie. They take this muskrat. It's very much alive. You see it in the same shot. Takes this needle, jams it right under its neck, like right under its neck, up into its throat, through the back of the neck. Fucking going nuts, screaming in pain. Take it out, to put it to the other side of the neck. Poor fucking thing. And it dies. And then it's kind of off screen, but like they rip it open and then they give like the insides to the native
to eat.
I
It's very tough to watch. It's why I hate this movie. I hate watching that. It's not. Ugh. But we get past that. We get to native land. They're doing their dances. They're eating their glue. Because what the fuck was that white ball?
Oh, the white pus bowl?
It's glue.
No,
it was Elmer's.
It looks like white Elmer's. It's thick, though, man.
It's paste. It's very pasty, right?
Like a pasty meal.
Do people eat paste still?
Maybe in South America.
People used to eat paste. Right.
Aaron Carter?
He died. Did he die from eating paste?
He huffed glue, didn't he?
Oh, he did huff glue.
Or he huffed something.
What is he, Solomon?
Ooh. Gummo.
Little Gummo reference. It's been referenced on every episode this month. Yeah, while they're doing all these things, there's also another ritual where they like burn a tree and a woman falls out of the tree.
Yeah. I don't know if that's this tribe or the Yanomamo tribe.
It's one of them, right?
I think it's the Yanomamo tribe when they go over there.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I don't remember what tribe it is.
Yeah, I think it's the Yanomamo tribe.
Okay.
No, I think it's the Shamataris doing that to the Yanomamo tribe. I don't know. Essentially what it is one of the tribes smokes out up the tree.
Yeah.
Forcing someone to fall down.
Yeah. And they fucking come crashing down.
Yeah.
And then like beat him to death. Because that's what they do in like every scene.
I mean, the whole idea is they made peace with the Yakomos, and now what they got to do is really get to they got to find out what happened to these people. So they're on a trail.
Yes.
So now they're going deeper. The tree people, who are hard to find, but they'll find them. They're just hiding in trees.
Yeah.
Where they live is actually pretty fucking sick.
It really is. So they're gonna like I think this is when they take their break. The professor, like, he gets in the river.
Yeah.
And he takes his clothes off, and all the women flock him, and they're like, "Oh, white penis."
Yeah, so they go to the Yanomamo tribe. They're not super duper friendly to them, and the reason is because they're white, and they've just like literally they have seen white people before do nasty things to them.
This is how racism starts.
So they're not super trusting of them. But you're absolutely right. So to gain their trust, which is fucking weird, but the professor decides to get naked like them, strip naked, go into the water. Fucking 6 wimp natives just come out,
flock them,
start fucking jerking them off in the water, and that's that. They're having good fun.
Now they're all friends.
And the trivia there was that they're brothel women. From the area.
That's when they run out, right? Don't they run into the
right here
into the bodies? All the bodies.
It is literally a happy scene until he gets dressed, walks a couple paths forward, and sees the dead heap of bodies of their researchers with all of the film reels, and he's warned not to go grab them by Chaco because of the fact that it may present like evil spirits. Yeah. So, and even they mention, and they won't give up that stuff. They won't let him have it. Essentially, the natives. So they need. He's like, I can't leave without the footage. Like, I need the footage, so I need to somehow become friends with them to get the footage, at least to see what they did that was so egregious. For them to get killed, because their skeletal remains are there. It's just like
it's just bones and some meat,
which makes
bones.
They probably ate them, like
100%, 100%.
They were eaten
because they were like the bones were picked clean.
So this makes you show it was the Yanomamos that killed them. I also know that I don't know if it's right here. I think it is here because they do got to gain the respect of the Yanomamos too, because they do fight. There's a part where they start fighting with the Shamatari tribe. And they literally, they shoot one of the Shamatari members, and they help the Yanomamos out. Yes. So they chase them away.
But ultimately, what wins them over is a little song and dance on the recorder.
Oh, and how does he have this recording? I don't know. But
they don't explain that.
He shoots his gun, empties his clip in the air, and plays this song on a recorder that, for some reason, has this amazing acoustics to project to the entire
best acoustics. The acoustics of all
I like
time.
it because they're tree people, so they're hiding all up in the trees.
And they start to come out of the trees.
They're super white. They're painted all white. It's a little creepy.
It's actually, I wonder what it's like to just always have to sleep in a tree.
Yeah, multiple people in a tree. You're just sleeping on top of each other at that point. Sounds awful.
Doesn't sound.
First of all, if I was to do this, I would actively work on building a better living quarter. 100%. Like, I'm gonna do a tree house. It's gonna be a hereditary tree house. It's gonna be a sick ass fucking tree house.
Yeah, I'm not just sleeping in the mud tree.
You have all the time in the world. Like, what is your day to day? You're not clocking in at 9 and leaving at 5. You are a tree person. Like, I don't know what
build
you're doing.
A better home.
You're gonna maybe fish, or you can build a fucking tree. House.
I guess you're always defending from like
the
jaguars or
Jaguar,
them too. Yeah, the other tribes.
I like it because they're painted white and the Shamatars are painted like a dark brownish green. But I don't even think you see the Shamatars for the rest of the fucking movie.
You don't.
They're just talked about as like the rival tribe.
Well, this whole part is supposed to be building up who's the enemy tribe, who's the tribe that actually did this, right?
It's the Yanomamo. It's the tree people.
And then when you find out why they did it, because they're super friendly. The tree people are so friendly to him.
Yeah, they're friendly.
When they start dancing and stuff with him in the recording, they actually carve open a human and feed him the intestines, and he eats them.
And that's so nice for the chiefs to do. Like, what a gesture. So the chief, again, a lot of this. Just screaming.
I feel like it's an emo night. Okay, with this now you turned into the guy from Friday the 13th.
Well, that's what I was going for. But he gets one of it's human intestines or human. It's actually a stomach, a disemboweled stomach, and gives it to the professor. And Chaco's like, "Dude, eat it."
Yeah,
he's like, gives him a look, and he just takes a little nibble of it.
He's like, "Oh, it's so good,
so gross."
So now the professor makes it home safe. And they start to watch the footage.
They get the footage, yeah.
And we realize the film team was the worst people imaginable. Like, literally, like, just the worst people imaginable.
The worst people on the planet.
Yeah.
So I think they make a reference of, like, when they filmed their African documentary, like, the professors that were watching it, because they want to make, like, this footage into a movie.
Yes.
But... And when the professor asked about the previous work, he's like, how'd they get this footage of, like, these warring people in Africa, like, just shooting each other? He's like, no, that's fake. So I'm to assume that the documentary crew was just shooting people in Africa.
Probably.
Am I to assume that?
Yeah, 100%. I think that is what you were supposed to assume.
Based on the way this is. So basically, that's the first part of the movie. It was retrieval of the footage and see what happened to the team. Now that he knows that they died, he has the footage. They're monitoring the footage. They're deciding whether or not to make this a movie as they go through all of the footage. And that's where this part is going to start. It's like halfway done with the movie.
Yeah, it unravels. So it's actually one of the first things.
When they're just, like, chilling naked? Just a naked chill?
Yeah, well, they have the naked chill, but I was just going to say, it's like the first thing once they get into the forest after the naked chill, where the girl's like, stop filming me naked, blah, blah, blah. It's the turtle scene. It literally is like one of the first scenes that we see.
Yeah, it is. It's like a couple minutes afterwards, and you see them take a turtle. So I think it's actually the film guy. I think his name is Mark.
Yes.
Takes the turtle out of the water.
Yes.
Wrangles it onto the land.
Yes.
Him and Jack. And the first thing that's done is, I don't know which one it is, but one of them takes the machete and hacks its head off.
Yes.
That's like the first thing that's done, right?
Yes.
Then they decide to cut the shell off.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're just like, literally, you see the inside of the turtle shell, and it is just fucking gross.
It's like pulsating,
It's
right?
like pulsating. It's different colors of, like, orange, white, red, pink, fucking gunk in there. It's so fucking gross, because you have to imagine, like, the turtle, what's getting in that fucking shell?
Yeah.
Besides, like, what it's eaten. So they're just pulling out the gunk and the stomach and guts and everything out of this turtle, and they're gonna cook it. And that's basically the fucking one of the hardest scenes to see in this movie.
Oh, dude, it's just like
it's only fucking, and they hack off the turtle head, and it's still moving. The legs are still moving.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. Like, it's just this scene alone is why I never wanted to watch this movie again.
And when I was watching this, I'm like, only if I could watch a movie where I could watch this turtle get killed on repeat, I would love it.
Oh, yeah, like, it's so hard. Like, I don't know. Like, I wish they faked it. I wish I didn't even have to see it. Faked. It's like, I never actually wanted to know what the inside of a turtle looked like.
No, I didn't care either. And I never thought about it, to be honest. And it's makes you see, and it's just not something you want to see. You don't want to see a turtle die. Look, you don't see animals die. Even the director, like, years later, was like, I regret what I did to those animals. Again, it's just like a matter of artistic. Like, people think that the value would be so much more raw, more appeal if it's real.
It's like a turtle. Like,
it doesn't have to be real. It could look real. It doesn't have to be real.
Yeah. Like I said, with Gummo, they ain't actually killing
Don't
cats.
praise Gummo. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Well, no, but he's the modern day Spielberg.
Oh.
Harmony Korine.
Let's talk about the movies that he did and line them up with Spielberg's movie. Where we go? Jaws, Gummo. What do we do?
Trash Humpers.
And then I guess Japan, E.T., Cannibal Holocaust.
We're going to do a cross-compare. One episode, we're not going to review a movie. We're just going to review directors and compare them to Harmony Korine and see whose filmography holds up better.
He might have some of the worst filmography of all time. Like, his filmography is Spring Breakers, Beach Bum, Trash Humpers, Gummo. He did this other movie.
Julian the Donkey Boy.
Julian the Donkey Boy, which I never seen. And he has one more movie, which was his most mainstream movie, and I forgot what it was called. But it's literally, he only has like one, besides those like Spring Breakers and Beach Bum are like mainstream. That's his like lineage. Like, that is his legacy. It is so unimpressive. Like, how are we even having this conversation? Like, when you hear these movies, you're like, okay, well, maybe now Gummo sounds a little better.
Is Gummo his best movie? Nah, it's Spring Breakers, but
Probably Spring. I hate to say it, but it
but
probably
we haven't
is.
seen Beach Bum yet.
Well, Moondog and his friend Snoop Dogg.
Yo, what it?
Matthew McConaughey, my
That's what I'm saying.
My guy.
Harmony Korine has progressed to getting the McConaughey. That's how good he's gotten.
Terrible.
He's getting the McConaissance. You don't see the guy directing this movie getting Matthew McConaughey.
No, but I will tell you, this movie launched like 6 unassociated sequels.
It did.
So many people wanted to get. I mean, they were all around this time, so I don't know why this was so edgy. This idea, this concept around like the early '80s, late '70s.
I think it's because they killed the real animals. I think that didn't help. But let's talk about killing real animals, because the girl's gonna have a spider on her, and they just cut the spider in half.
That is a actual dead. That's not a fake spider.
Nope,
that is a real dead spider. I would literally never have that on me. I can't believe she actually
allowed that
thing on. It must be a non-venomous spider. There's no way a human would let a venomous spider on them like that.
No, because it was just on her. That's so dangerous.
On her, they took it off and it immediately just hacked it. So imagine being this spider. It's participating in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be on you, and then you're sure I'm not going to hurt you. I'll just be chill.
You just want to go back to your cabin at the end, maybe have some snacks.
And then get fucking hacked in half.
Which is the snake.
The snake, yeah.
Because now the guy turns into Woody. He's like, I got a snake in my boots.
I got a snake in my boot.
They take the snake out of the boot. They cut its head off.
Yeah.
Then, though, in the most extreme circumstance of getting the venom out, they cut the guy's leg off.
Oh, almost instantaneously. Like, I don't know if it's a couple shots later or whatever, but it's very quick.
Yeah.
The guy's like, oh! Which I think he does that gesture, like, cut it off, or like he gestures for them to cut the leg off. So they literally do cut this guy's leg off. You know what sucks when you do all this? They cut your leg off and you still just die.
Yeah, he's done.
He's toast. He's cooked, as you say.
And he's cooked. Then they're like, well, I guess we don't know where we are. We got to just keep going.
So their guide, that was their guide, right?
Yeah.
Felipe.
Yep, Felipe, I think it was. Hope so. Otherwise, that might be racist. But no, I think it was Felipe.
I think it is. Well, Felipe, he's definitely a guide in this movie.
It's got to be Felipe then. Yeah. Is this when they capture the girl, or not yet?
I don't know if that's now or before that, because right now they get into full on like, let's make this documentary mode.
Yes,
and
they filmed the tribe killing the monkey now.
Yeah, so like actually this all happens really quick. So the tribe is literally hacks off not the head. Literally the top of the head, like the brain, and
eat some monkey brains.
Eat some monkey brains, but like,
I mean, that's faces of death all over again.
We're trying to feed him the monkey brains. I was reading the trivia, and they said that like you can't feed us fake monkey brains. Like, we're doing the real thing because like it's a delicacy.
We're the Yanomami tribe.
Yeah. Yeah. So
wait, is that the name of the tribe?
Yanomamo,
or did I just quote Alone in the Dark?
Well, Yanomamo was the name of the tribe.
Okay.
I don't know what you said.
Yanomami. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
What isn't there?
Yeah, I've
that's the Alone in the Dark tribe, right?
Oh, yeah.
Better movie, this or Alone in the Dark?
Yes, much better. Okay. Not even close.
Okay.
Alone in the Dark is dreadful.
Yeah, but Christian Slater's in it.
Awful.
It is.
Hi, I'm Edward Carnby.
Edward Carnby. So they kill the monkey.
And then I really do think they literally just start shooting, scaring the tribe, and don't they start like riling them up into the one hut?
Yeah, and then they just shoot a pig.
They do shoot a pig, just straight up pop a pig in the head.
No reason. Like that was going to be their dinner, and they just shoot the pig.
Now,
unnecessary.
Terrible. They do get the tribe all into one hut.
Yes.
Get in the hut. Get in the hut. Get in the hut.
Burn them alive.
And they literally burn them. Some do get out.
Yeah,
but
some get out.
Some definitely burn in there.
Yeah.
It is fucking brutal. The music in this movie is very good.
It's so whimsical.
You don't like it?
No, it's whimsical. It's very pleasant.
Boo, boo, boo. Yeah. Boo, boo,
it's like upbeat for a burning.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a little, I don't know, a little eerie. You don't think so?
It depends on. I guess I'm trying to think. There's some of the music that's very upbeat.
Some of it's whimsical, but when something like shocking happens, it goes,
yeah,
boo, boo, boo. Those are the 3 beats.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, but yeah, they burn him alive, and it's crazy. 'Cause now they are, they shouldn't have done this.
No, they shouldn't have done anything that they have done up until this point.
I mean, and then there is the rape scene of the Yanomamo girl.
Yeah, that's what's coming up now, right?
It's either that happened before this, or that it was one
I
or
know,
the other.
yeah, because that's when they rape her, and then they pull her.
Well, dude, all 3 of the guys rape her, and the girl Faye is just, like, extremely pissed. Because her boyfriend is technically also raping her.
Yeah, but, like, this isn't Faye's first rodeo, right? Like, what is she, like, she's been where they were shooting the...
She's been the best damn grip girl he's ever had.
Yeah, so, like, why is this so shocking to her all of a sudden?
That her boyfriend, Alan, is a ginormous...
Piece of shit?
I do love, like, the side story of, like, back, the anthropologist is, like, doing, like, street interviews with, like, the family members' parents. And the one guy is just like, oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't care what happened to him.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. Also, I love the backstory of the professor being like, yeah, we can't release this footage. This footage is terrible. No, we can edit it. It'll be fine. And then he's like, have you seen the ending?
Yeah.
I like how they keep bringing, like, have you seen the ending? Have you seen the unedited footage yet?
Yeah.
And I truthfully love the end of this movie.
Yeah, the ending's great. Solid movie, honestly. Narratively great. It's narratively a solid movie, in all honesty.
So, after they, like, rape this woman, they do the disc plate back there where she has the pole through her mouth and out the bottom.
It's her, right?
Yes.
And they're the ones that do it to her,
yes.
right? Yeah, so it's not even the natives that pike this girl. Because afterwards, I know they literally put her on a pike.
Yes. And they film it, though, that the natives do this to other people.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're the bad guys.
They're the bad guys. And that's the thing, too, is just like, that death, apparently, like...
That sparked the trial, right?
I don't know if it's sparked, but a lot of people thought that was real. Yeah. A lot of people thought it was real. But, like, she was... Actually, I don't know how they filmed it, but she was propped up on like a bicycle or a small unicycle.
If I remember correctly, what I read once,
trivia here.
It's like they put a pipe in her mouth, but she the bottom part was something she sat on, right?
Yeah. In court, he had to explain that the girl sat on a bicycle seat attached to the pole's base while holding a small pointed piece of wood in her mouth.
Yes, that's what. Okay.
Fake blood was added afterward. Commented that the girl was unusually calm and remained very still. Yeah. I guess it was a point in court. That's funny.
I remember that. So,
I mean, she looks very visibly impaled. So the editing work, I don't know what green screen they did for it had to be a small bicycle or a unicycle to prop her.
Yeah.
Because the filmer went almost around it. It was like one of those magicians that put someone in a glass and they have to go around it to make sure.
I know.
Like they were really close to that thing, so they did a really good job of staging that.
Whew. Now the tribe has had it enough.
It's about fucking time.
The tribe is sick,
and it's crazy
of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
The thing is, Shane, usually you're in a point where the motherfucking tribe is so savage.
Yeah.
They need to get revenge on the tribe, but how do they get revenge on a killer tribe? Where this is the opposite, where you're like, I hope the tribe fucking skins these 4 people alive.
And they pretty much do.
Yeah.
So the first guy, they speared the one guy, right? What's his name? Jack? Was it Jack? No.
The
blonde hair guy gets speared.
Jack.
That is Jack.
Well, he gets speared and then they cut his dick off.
Yes.
Yeah. They literally cut his dick off, I guess, for raping the girl.
Yeah, and then they bash his skull in and rip his body into multiple pieces.
Yep.
They just start playing with his insides.
Yeah, it gets pretty savage, yeah.
Then the girl gets grabbed. She gets raped.
She gets raped.
By, the entire tribe.
Oh, yeah. Every position.
Yeah.
Every conceivable way.
And while she's being raped, her head pops off.
Yeah, they take her head off.
They don't even show them cutting the head off. It's just as she's getting raped, eventually someone's just holding the head up.
They just cut her head off and they pull it off, yeah.
And then, I don't even remember how the last 2 guys die.
They don't really show it. You just see the
one guy falls in front of the camera, right?
So it's Alan and Mark, who's the camera guy. You just see them coming at them. The camera falls, and that's really the last footage before the end scene when they're just, looking at this.
Yeah.
And the professor's he didn't say anything. He's his face is I've been telling you guys,
That's why I love basically one of the last there's the little dialogue over the credits at the end, but like the last line of characters speaking to each other is the guy in the background just like, burn the footage.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a couple professors leave the room.
Yes.
And then the one professor's just like, yeah.
Burn the footage. That line is incredible. It's like fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously the last line is like the professor monologue, and he's like, who were the real cannibals in this? The tribe or us?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because the fucking beginning of the movie starts with like a news reporter mentioning about like the missing 4 people that went over there just trying to investigate these cannibal tribes. They're like, how, just a plane ride, a couple of hours, you get to see these savages and these cannibals. Well, these 4 people went missing, and we need to see their footage. Yeah. And now at the end of it, it's just like, well, we're the problem.
Yeah, which is well done. I like that about the movie.
It's interesting because these 4 people, nothing would have probably happened to them if they literally didn't, not even do like something bad to them, but honestly kill parts of the community.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not right. You're not wrong. If they would have just like filmed regularly, but they didn't want that. They wanted
Cannibal Tribe.
Yeah, and they weren't going to get it. Whew, that's Cannibal Holocaust. There is a total of 7 dead animals and a dead film crew.
Mm-hmm. Wild.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know how the actors did it. I know we talked about it, but like,
I don't know
how they actually went about killing the animals. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Would not be able to do
Especially the one like cutting the turtle's head off or just like stabbing the musk. Oh,
one guy was crying afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I would never have been able to do it. No. Either of them.
No, it's too much for me. All right, review. I hate it.
Okay.
But it's by far probably the best story of any of the 4 movies we reviewed in Fucked Up February.
Yeah.
It's just so much animal death and because it's real. Like I said, if they weren't real animals killed, I feel like this movie wouldn't have had the reputation it had. It would still be a good movie and stuff like that, but like that really sours a lot of people's view on the movie, obviously. And it soured my view on the movie. But I'm going to be objective here. I'm going to only put that into consideration a little bit on my review number. So I'm going to give it it's an F. It's something that starts with an F. I just don't know
so
where.
That's a 4 or a 5?
I haven't decided. It's one of the two. I'm going to say a 5, I guess. I can't believe I'm giving it the same number I gave Gummo, but.
Well, it's better than Gummo, so. Only Gummo's steam.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 because it's terrible with all the animal stuff, but it is a really interesting idea and story of making the film crew, the villains, and them discovering that. I do also agree with you. You said it before. I like the idea that it's 2 different stories. It's the professor going there and then them discovering what the film crew do afterwards. And I actually think that's a very good way to film this movie, and I think it works very well for the film. So I will give it a 5 out of 10. I can't believe I'm doing that, but to you.
Fair. I think, like, I've seen this movie twice. I like this movie. Like, I do. Like, I think it's good. I know, like, the animal killing, obviously no one's going to like that, but it definitely felt real. I understand why they wanted to go for the authentic route to make it look as real and raw as possible. And, like, they kind of capture, like, really interesting stuff throughout this movie. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think the plot is really good. I do like the idea of like, okay, well now the anthropologist is going to go over there, subject himself to go through the Green Inferno, which there's a violent tribes in there supposedly, to rescue people that he may not even ever find, get footage that he may never find, and then he does, and then it's just a reveal to try to have them not release it because he got to experience the tribe, and then like he knows that like what they've done must have been bad to provoke them because they were not as bad as what they've been making them out to be. I like the movie. I think it's very narratively done well. I mean, there's a few issues with the movie editing wise, like the audio dubbing is not great.
It's not always the best.
I'm not going to knock it too much for it, but it's pretty obvious at certain points in the movie. You know, it's not the cleanest, but I think narratively it's really good. I think it's actually probably, besides Serbian film, my favorite fucked up movie that we watched. Oh, I was Spit in Your Grave's good too. Those three.
Yeah.
But
And Gummo.
No. But it is probably my favorite set of these four.
Okay.
I think so. So I'm giving it a 6.
Okay. Fair. We've made it. We're through. Oh, wait, no. We haven't made it yet. Where's my coin?
Where do you start? Holy shit.
There's a lot of death in this movie. There's a lot of animal deaths, which obviously we honor animals. But since there's people, we'll do the people, I would assume, right? We normally only do animals when there's no people deaths, right?
No, I normally do animals if it's a dog.
Yeah, so we'll keep it to the people.
These are real animal deaths, so I don't know if we're comfortable doing like real.
Yeah.
They're real animals.
So,
You're gonna go with the dead muskrat, or the dead turtle.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with the people. I'm gonna say the woman on the pole because it's so iconic.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of mine too. I mean it's also sick.
Then let's not even flip the coin.
Gotta flip the coin, Shane.
I think if we both agree, because I think this is the rare exception where it's so iconic of a thing. Like literally, it's the poster there. It's like the poster for I just feel like we would be doing a disservice to the Necronomicon if we didn't put her in.
I mean, I could also go with the girl that got fucking raped for the adultery. I mean,
That's a good one too.
She got like literally sticked by the Yakumo guy,
and then fucking literally the ball and spikes. Oh man. I just want the girl with the pole. If I'll flip the coin if you want me to.
We need to come up with a better rule system for this. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
on this
because I really think it should be the pole girl.
I agree, but then we would have to change the rules moving forward.
We might have to.
So like, is it just like our picks go onto the coin? And if we just pick the same one,
we'll just leave it. I think that should be the rule going forward.
Then we just made a rule update, and now I can like
I
can live my life now.
If our number one each is the same, we don't need to do the coin. But if we have two different number ones, we put it on the coin.
Deal.
I think that's the fair way to do it.
Then you have to flip a coin. Deal. That makes sense.
Deal.
Okay. So we'll go with bike bitch.
Okay. Is that the actual nickname I'm gonna give her, or?
You can go with, I mean, this girl did nothing. She was raped and killed to be staged like the cannibals did it and then piked in her death. What a dishonorable way to go.
Yeah.
Truly brutal.
Okay, so I got it. Pike girl, you are the essence of Cannibal Holocaust.
You're the poster girl.
You're the poster girl for the disc plates, the actual just real posters. Even the IMDb poster, I believe, is her. You were the cause of the legal issues, the lawsuit,
courtroom drama.
Exactly. I just feel like you might be the most iconic person we've ever put in our Necronomicon. Like up there.
Yeah.
Like you're an icon of death. And what of the Book of the Dead? Yeah. What better person to put in than Pike Girl?
It's true.
We gotta honor her.
We should start scrapbooking our Necronomicon.
I actually agree. I kind of miss when we wrote it in the
like I'm gonna take the Necronomicon book and then take a picture of everybody we put in there and just paste like little pictures in the book.
I actually think I'm gonna go to the library and start. Oh no, I shouldn't go to the library and print out Dead Women.
I have a printer.
You have a printer? Yeah, we'll do that. That's a lot safer.
We could just print them out after every recording session every week.
They're like, sir, why do you keep printing out all these dead people?
We just start slapping them onto the book. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I actually think that's a great idea.
What I'll do is I will remove. Yeah, we'll get a fresh book, and we'll start fresh. This is we'll start fresh. Starting. I'd love to have we'll start fresh with the fucked up February deaths.
Yes,
and then afterwards we'll continue on from February. So that's what we'll do. Thank you for tuning in. This was fun. This was a good fucked up February.
Fucked up February is over. It's in the books. So next week is March. We're just getting back. We don't have any themes. We're just doing some things. I'm sure most people know. Not next episode, but the episode after is 150.
Yeah
we're getting there. So for 149, we figured we hit another disc plate. We were down to 3. I think there was only 3 movies up there that we haven't reviewed yet. Eyes Without a Face, Scream, but we're not doing either of those 2. We're doing Reanimator. Yes, Reanimator
Jeffrey
is coming
Combs
up next. We will eventually get to the other 2 up there, but first we want to hit Reanimator. A movie we didn't see up until just what, like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now?
2 years ago. It's awesome.
Fucking awesome movie. Jeffrey Combs is incredible in it.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited to review this movie.
Yep, me too. It's gonna be sick. Super pumped.
Me too, man.
Good old Jeffrey Combs.
There's like heads in fridges.
Oh,
There's
God,
like
just like so much like undead and splicing shit together and just reanimating.
You gonna have sex with the splice?
Yeah. Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody had sex with the splice.
Yes, he did.
That's a movie. That's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's fine.
I would love to review that movie.
Yeah, it's solid.
Because he has sex with the splice. All right, we're the final podcast signing off.
Oh yeah, we are.
And we'll see you next week where maybe we have sex with a dead body.
Oh, okay. Maybe. All right, thanks for tuning in. Fucked Up February is in the books, but we have a lot of good stuff coming up. So tune in every Monday. We'll have stuff up at 6 a.m. Final podcast, Final Fridays, also 6 a.m. You know where to find us, www.thefinalpodcast.com and YouTube. And we'll see you next week.
2 away from 150.